Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Commodity Futures Report for Wednesday, August 31st. Starting with the yields here, we've got wave 1 and 2, and then 1 and 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the third wave. Fourth wave pulling back to 38.2% retracement level, and now we've just been watching it cruise up from that level, and yeah, we'll see how that goes. We understand that wave 4s can get complicated too, so this might just be an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave over here. But the main point is that this is a corrective move, so yeah, we should eventually just continue to move up to 4% for these yields, and then back and then up again. So eventually we'll be up at 5% there, where the Feds really need to have their rates kept there for a good wee while anyway, to get things back into check, or at least stop printing money. I guess that's the Milton Friedman take on things. Okay, so for the US dollar here, we've had wave 3 and we've looked at this as wave 4. We've got overlapping wave structures. So wave 4, my quandary has been, do we have from wave 4 here, do we have wave 1 here, 2 here, 3, 4 and 5 up here? So wave 3 up here with a nice move up here. Or do we have wave 5 already in here, so blue wave 4, blue wave 5, to make wave 3 here, and then we come back for wave 4 over here, somewhere the same sort of level. As a wave 1 here, that looks fine. The wave 2 looks fine as an A and a B and a C wave, so that's all fine. This here, we could count this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, a little bit dodgy. This is the 50-60% retracement level where it is. So if we see this market move back down here, say, then it's more likely that we've got a top in here of wave 5 and 3 and then wave 4, and then that's going to make the euro and the pound and the other currencies continue to move sideways from where they already are in this band, so to speak. So yeah, once we can confirm that, then we'll know where the other currencies are at that stage. Okay, so the next step is looking at gold. This is GDX here, and we've breached that low now. We've been talking about this move up here being in 3 waves. So then we've labeled this as 1 and 2 here, and then we're looking for 3, 4, 5 to move down. So that's what gold shares are doing. So you can be short in gold shares. When it comes to, is this pattern is this the leading pattern for US spot gold? That's the question. So US spot gold on the 1 week chart here, we're looking at it as an A and a B, and looking back over here for wave C. I always thought there was a good case to put wave B here, but anyway, that's like here nor there at the moment. But I've been toying with this moving down. We've looked at this as being an impulse wave to the upside as wave 1, and that's fine. We'll go and investigate that. But if GDX is going to come down, there's a reasonable chance this can come down as well. The main point being here is we don't have a long trade yet. So if we just zoom in on this little area through here, I think I was looking at it at 5k this morning on this. So yeah, so from this low here, we can look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over here, and then an A wave, a B wave, and then down for a C wave. Now I'm trying to give it as much rope as I can. So 1 and 2 here, and 3, 4 and 5 to come down. So wave 5 to come down would be 1 and 2 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the third wave, fourth wave, fifth wave. I can't take it any lower than that. So if it moves down any lower than this fifth wave here, then we know that it's going to be coming down further at that point. Okay, so just as long as you're aware of that situation, we haven't been trapped on the long side. If we were going to go long, we will go long above the B wave, or if we could see some impulse wave over here in 5 waves over here. I'll just exaggerate the size of it, but basically a 5-wave structure, and then looking for the ABC back. Then we can look to go long. If we get 5 waves, we can buy the pullback here, or we can go along above the B wave here as an ABC here. All the normal sort of stuff, you know. But we don't have that yet, and you know, can we take this low out down here? That's the question. Silver's the same. Silver here, we can look at the same thing as the A, the B, and the C wave down to this point. It's very low down here. The other point that I wanted to just mention as well with US spot gold, if I can bring that back up, is just the I don't know to take it from here or to here, so I'll just take it from the middle here. But you know, this size, the size of this compared to this size here, you know, this as a wave 2 pulling back, this is too big. So now we've got to look at it as a B wave at least, you know, a possible, you know, but I think it's down for 1 and back for 2. But the size of it doesn't make any sense as a in terms of proportions and ratios. I mean, really, even this here is like kind of just getting overboard at this stage, you know, for a wave 2, because wave 2s are just simple and sharp, you know. This is getting quite heavy, you know, in terms of time. It's the same with this as well in terms of time. It's getting rather large compared to this. You know, we could count those up there in that regard, you know, but anyway, we'll not over until the fat lady sings, and you know, it technically we can come to, you know, to that low there. We just can't breach it by a point, so we'll see. Copper, US high grade copper. So once again, copper's had the same sort of move up as gold. It hasn't moved down as deeply as gold. Copper has got more of a value in terms of green metals, as they call them now. And it's possible for this to push up higher. Now, it doesn't really give me a nice, you know, once again, we've got to put that B wave up the top there. But I don't really think it belongs there, you know. I think it belongs over here. But that's just, you know, whichever way you count it, you know, if you count that as 1 and 2 down here, and then 3 here, well, then 4 overlaps this here. So the only thing, you know, you can't even look at it, you can't look at it as a WXY either. So there's a good chance that it can be wave 4. So what I was waiting for was for this trend to top out and pull back, and that's what it's doing at the moment. Now, when it pulls back, we've either got an A, B, and C here. We can go long on that. So I'll just move that out of the way here for a bit. So yeah, we don't know if that's a wave 4 just yet. We can have this as an A and a B and a C wave here, and then go straight up from that point. So if that was the case, if this does move, it could come down further, but let's just say that it starts to move up here, straight up through here. So the 36 over here is about here, 36. Oh, it's too low. It's too low. I thought I could use that. So 36.50 we'll have to go to, because 36.50 is also the lower end of group 2. So when we're talking about group 2 here, we're talking 38. So between 30 and 40, we've got 1, 2, 3, 5. So we can put 5 in, 35, and then 8. So 1, 2, 3, 5, and 8 are the Fibonacci numbers. And if we're talking 8, we're talking group 2. So 65, 36,000, or 3650, 36, can't get it there, close enough for the time being, and 3720 there. So that's all. That's all of group 2. So far this market has hit group 2, but it hasn't been able to find support there. So if support is found along the way, a little classic trading levels pattern on top of the 3650, then we can look to go long at that point. So we're not there yet. I'll just wait. This is pulling back nicely, and we could look at this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up here, and then an A wave and a B wave and a C wave back here. But 36.50, a small position, and then another position on 37 or 37.20, and then on top of 38. 38 will give us a bit of a hard time for a while, but wait for support there. So just build in very small, because if this is going to be in a bullish run, then we would want we'd want to basically get a few small positions in this space here below the 40, and then build on the 40 and build a stronger case on the 40. So building in all the way through, up to 45 here, building in all through here for that. Really, it's just a matter of managing the exposure on that. I won't go to the intraday today. Also, just wanted to have a quick look at lithium as well. So with the lithium here, it does appear we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. So we've either got wave 1 here and 2 here, then wave 1 and 2 here, because we're overlapping now. We can't call that wave 3. So 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, or we'll need to look at this as an A and a B and a C wave here. So as it stands at the moment, we can go long above this, but that won't be the case. We'll be looking for a classic trading levels pattern on that 80, but as it stands at the moment, it is possible for this to come down, and in a way I'd like it to come down, because when I'm looking at I don't know the rest of the world, I only know a little bit from the Australian market, the ASX stocks here. So when I'm looking at lithium stocks, they're basically this is a daily chart. They're trending really nicely. There's no doubt about it. So we're basically looking for a pullback in these stocks. That's the thing. So that's Liontown and Pilbara here. So we basically want, if lithium continues to, that's just an ETF, isn't it? Yeah, but we still need these to pull back. This one, we're looking. I can see they want to push higher, but there won't be much, and then they'll need to pull back, and they're all the same. So we're looking at really these as impulse waves to the upside, but we need them to pull back, and then we can find a way in on them. And that's why I'm looking at this here for. But this is just an ETF of those. So I couldn't find lithium as a futures contract. I don't know if there is one. I guess there should be one. I mean, if they've got one for cardboard, they'd have one for lithium, but just couldn't see it on this platform. I'll have a look at that in a bit more detail. I have started. So anyway, just that. Now, crude oil. So we were looking at this being an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave, and that's fine, but we were looking for some evidence. So basically what we were looking for was we had this here as an A and a B and a C wave, and if that top got taken out, then that would create a bullish move. So as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at that point. So that's what we've got at the moment. So now we've got to find a way in, and this here has pulled back to the 61.8% mark. Just eyeballing this here, it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it looks like an A wave here. So I think we'll just chill. We should get some sort of situation like this. So we'll either get it down here on the first impulse wave, or we'll take it from the wave B over here. But it's not ready to go just yet. But if you're bought here, you might only need to hold a small thing here. The only thing that sort of bothers me is none of this counting down here has been very nice. So it's possible that we could have some sort of A wave, B wave, and C wave up here. That's why I wanted to wait for the B wave top. So going along on the B wave top, or some sort of impulse wave over here. So look, we're getting there. We'll just chill and let it come to us, and rather than chase it, because it will it'll bite you. So anyway, but looking good for crude oil and natural gas. So So as you can see, this is quite volatile in here, but what we've been looking at here, just briefly, we've been looking at wave 1 and 2 here, and then wave 1 here, and looking back for wave 2 here, and then looking for a move up here. All right. The other flip side of this is can be an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave here for a bigger B wave here, and would come down from that point. So yeah, look, all's possible. Both are possible. So this correction here has been a bit volatile in here. There's different ways to count this as well. If, for example, I took this top here and looked at this here, then I'd have to look at that as 1 and 2 here, and 3 and 4, and coming down for wave 5. So we could have one more move down here. If that's the case, that's kind of good really, because then we can catch it back over here on getting on support here and be a little bit sure about it. If, however, the market pushes up through here, then you can see this line through here is, I mean, it's been volatile across it, but in a way it's kind of important. So that's the top of group 1, so 93. So if we got a classic trading levels pattern on top of that, then we can go along from that point. But otherwise, we'll need to move back down here. It's possible to call wave B here. It looks quite nice, actually. I think it's on 100 ticks. So this is how I've had this counted. But look, I have to say, because it's been so messy and volatile, it's been a little bit tricky. So looking at this is the A wave, and then an A wave here, an A and a B and a C wave here for the B wave, and up for the C wave here to make wave B, and then counting down here as 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the third, A, B, C for the fourth, and fifth. You could probably put that there too, but and have that low in place there already. But to secure that, because if this was going to be a wave 4, if that was going to be wave 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and down here for 5, then we really want to be above the 38.2% retracement level. So we're there at the moment with that. So that's why I was pointing out the top of group 1, which is the 993 there. Currently this move up here, it looks okay, doesn't it? Not sure which is the low there. That looks like more like the low, doesn't it? Which is okay. I haven't counted from there to there yet. That's okay. So we could look at that as 1 here, and ABC for 2 here. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 here, but haven't made a new high here. So it's a little bit dodgy in here, but in a way we could shape it out as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 here, then an ABC pattern here. So you could look at, because it's the 38.2%, you could probably look at a trade there. And just make it very small so you don't get caught out too much, something very small. But getting a classic trading levels pattern on top of the 93 would be the leg to the upside. Otherwise otherwise we're coming down for one more move here. And we still got the B wave to contend with as well, but we're not interested in shorting it at the moment because we're looking more so. We've got the wave 2 is closer to us than the bigger short trade. I mean, we'd look to the short side if this leg came down here somewhere and then went back up here, right? And then came down. Well, then we would look at the short side over here. Right, but we're not there. We're not there yet. So that's it, really. It's the thing about this though is that it's maturing now, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's like it's all a bit of a guessing game through all of this when it's so sort of volatile like this. But now that it's maturing and it is settling down, this is a nice trend here and this is a nice trend here. Just don't know if it's impulsive just yet. The third wave here is a little bit dodgy, but Yeah, anything above the 38.2% retracement level would be a reasonable start, but definitely with a classic trading levels pattern this time around. Yes, it hasn't worked over here because it was just, it was still doing it's only halfway through the trend, but now we can see, we can see in one way or another we've got three waves here in one way or another. Do you know what I mean? So we're close. We're close. So we need to start paying attention now. Yeah. So that's that. Alrighty. That's the commodities. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers.